They said, I can do what I please. You'll never succeed. You're too young. You got no money. You don't have enough followers. Are you crazy? Yeah, I heard all of it.
Yeah. They tried to box me in early, told me stay in my lane, repeat grade suspensions, punished for thinking my way, pull your socks up, head down, don't question the line, but I never fit the system, I was busy redesigning mine, we think different, 1% wired, rules with suggestions, not limits, just fuel for the fire, told to behave to conform, to keep quiet and play small, but we weren't built for permission, we were built to build it all.
They said I can, I said I will, just watch me.
This is Monday Night Live, we're going legendary. We ain't built to be ordinary. Catch me live on LinkedIn and YouTube, dropping value for you and you and you and you. Together let's make it, together let's move. This is Monday Night Live, we don't follow trends, we set them, we don't wait for luck, we weaponize momentum. I didn't fit in the school, didn't fit in the room, didn't fit the mold, so I built something new. Now clients change lives, businesses transform, almost $1 billion built from strategies born. Leads coming daily, deals getting closed, systems at scale while you're still chasing hope. This ain't hustle porn, this is structure and truth. Real relationships beat algorithms and views, likes don't pay bills. Let's say it louder, relationships do, that's real power. Most businesses chasing flings, one night stands. We're building families, trust, long-term plans. If you know the difference, you're my type of people.
I still face pressure, I still face doubt. Every damn day I figure it out, but I was built for this weight, built for this fight. This isn't luck, it's decades and nights. Nathaniel Bibby, name holds weight. Bibby Media Group, yeah, that's legacy in the making. 25 years in the game, scars and receipts. Thailand, Hong Kong, worldwide, learn how business really beats. Sales is human, marketing's trust. No shortcuts here, just skill, time and us. Let's get down to business. Drop it in the comments. Monday Night Live, this is Monday Night Live. Show up weekly, change your story. Come for the tactics, stay for the identity. This is Monday Night Live. 1 year from now, you won't recognize your business. Different thinking, different standards, different results. We ain't built to be ordinary, we're built to be undeniable. And you motherfuckers can't stop me. Drop it in the comments. Pull up live, let's build something real. Monday Night Live, Monday Night Live. This is Monday Night Live. Show up weekly, change your story. Come for the tactics, stay for the identity. This is Monday Night Live. 1 year from now you won't recognize your business. Different thinking, different standards, different results. We ain't built to be ordinary. We ain't built to be ordinary. We ain't built to be ordinary.
We're built to be legendary. How you doing? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Where are you? What is going on? Is anybody here? I haven't promoted this event at all. We just hit the live button. So drop into comments. Let me know somebody's watching, or I'll go in and crack open a bottle of wine if nobody's here. I want to talk about something that's pretty important. You know, people always glaze over this stuff, but nothing on LinkedIn's going to work if your profile's rubbish. Here we go. Adrian, I'm not alone. Thank you, my friend. Looking good, my man. Looking good. Thanks for being here. We're talking about LinkedIn profile optimization. This is not Zoom as well. No, this is LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. We go live every week, Monday night, 6 p.m. But the recording will be up afterwards for a few days. So we'll be going to go for about half an hour to 45 minutes tonight. Probably for an hour. I'm trying to get done within half an hour, 45 minutes. Most people, about 90% of people's LinkedIn profile sucks, you know. So if you're not getting leads or not getting inquiries or not getting interviews or not getting the opportunities you want for your LinkedIn profile, it's probably because you're making some of these mistakes that we're going to cover today, right? And look, it's very important, the quality of your network. It's very important what you post. It's very important how you reach out to people. None of it matters if your profile's rubbish, because what are people going to do when they see your content or you reach out to them with a connection request or you send them a DM, they're going to click on your name and read your profile. This is why LinkedIn is such a beautiful tool for, say, networking or reaching out to people. I used to do cold calling. There's two things you have to do when you cold call somebody. The first things you have to do: who you are, why you're calling, right? Who you are and why you're calling. You got to get through it really quickly because you got to then, direct the conversation onto the person you're calling. But if you don't tell them who you are and why you're calling, they're not going to talk to you. Do you have to do the same thing on LinkedIn? No, you don't have to tell them who you are or why you're calling. Why is that? Well, because the beauty of social media is when I approach somebody, you can see my profile photo and my name and a little bit of my headline. And so if I want to know who you are, I can click on your name and read your profile. Now, we don't think about this stuff, right? But that is an inbound activity. We're not pushing the information onto someone. We might have, interrupted their day, and said hello, but they've asked for the information. They've clicked their name. They got curious. They're like, who is this guy? Is this a waste of my time or not? But they've clicked your name, which means they're way more receptive to consuming the information that they find at the other end of it. When I say that, don't believe me, they're not going to read your profile. They're going to scan it, okay? So this is the way we've got to look at your LinkedIn profile. Is about psychology, okay? If your LinkedIn profile sucks, it's definitely not because you're not talented or good at what you do. It's not because you don't have the right experience. It's not because you haven't built something real. It sucks because it either reads like you haven't updated it since 2013, or you've got ChatGPT to do it and you thought that'll do, or you haven't written it to the person that you want to engage. You may have a profile that looks like a CV, but you're actually using LinkedIn to reach out to potential customers. A lot of people are so funny. When we run campaigns, we always say to people, if we're running lead generation campaigns, pick your target market. It's helpful. You get economies of scale. You grow a network very fast within a certain industry. Let's say you pick dentists, right? We send out 400 connection, 500 connection requests a month. It doesn't take long before you've got thousands of dentists in your network, therefore perceived expert, et cetera, et cetera. But people have a hang up on putting on their profile, I'm a digital marketing expert for dentists. Or they're like, but we also do landscapers and we also do these guys and we also do these guys. But are you targeting them on LinkedIn? I mean, are you reaching out? Are they looking at your profile? Because you don't want it there just so that on the basis that somebody might stumble across it. If you're not marketing to that audience, it needs to focus on who you're marketing to, because you can be broad and not really be relevant to anyone. And LinkedIn's not a resume platform anymore. I don't care if you're looking for a job or not. That's how it started out. It was a Rolodex of CVs. It's not a CV platform anymore. Let me tell you that. It's a positioning platform. It's about personal branding. I don't care if you are an employee. I don't care if you're a bookkeeper. I don't care if you're a university student. You all have a personal brand. Let's rephrase personal brand, shall we? Reputation. Do you have a reputation? Then you've got a personal brand, okay? When people Google your name, have you Googled your name before? Where are my narcissists at? Where are my egos at? I think these days we've all done it, right? I mean, I used to do presentations maybe, I'll call it 6 or 7 years ago, and I say, put your hand up if you Googled your name before. And definitely less than half the room used to put their hand up. Now everyone's done it. So what I suggest you do is Google your name and see what shows up on the first page, because you really should be controlling the first page of the search results. Why is that? Well, if somebody's Googling your name, it's a good chance they already know who you are. They could be quite far down the customer journey. So it could be very important what they find. Correct? They're finding your Facebook profile and it's a picture of you in a nightclub that like there used to be of me going like this, might not be doing you any favors. There might be other people with the same name as you showing up above you. Time to knock those suckers off the number one spot, my friends. How do you do that? Social media. All your social media profiles should be ranking at the top because they have a quality score, these websites with Google. Most businesses will have like a quality score of like 10 or something. Good ones might have 25. All the social media sites have quality scores of 100. So it's much easier for you to get a LinkedIn profile to rank at the top of the search results than it is a page on a website. Something to think about, right? So you want to optimize your profile so that you get visibility. 40% of traffic on LinkedIn comes from Google. So that's pretty much 40% of the traffic to your profile is coming from Google, because that's what people are searching for, right? They're doing, who's this Nathaniel Bibby guy? Oh, there's his LinkedIn profile. Let's have a look. if you're getting profile views, if you notice, like if you've got a premium account, or even if you don't, it tells you that you're getting views. It just doesn't tell you who they are. But if you've got a premium account, you can see these people are looking at my profile, but you're not getting any inquiries. You've got a conversion problem. Your profile's not doing its job of converting visitors to leads, and that is a huge problem. There's no point in you funneling more activity and marketing into LinkedIn until you fix that problem, okay? All right, let me just go over here to, I've got a notification on LinkedIn. We're having trouble streaming to LinkedIn. There may be an issue on LinkedIn's end. We'll keep trying and let you know if it's resolved. Let me check the LinkedIn feed. We've got Storm Dawson in the house. You know, I normally invite 1,000, 2,000, sometimes even 3,000 people to Monday Night Live. And today I haven't invited any, so it's good that a few of you are showing up. And because it's actually a nightmare, these whole bloody live things. They haven't improved them yet. But I went to look at my LinkedIn profile just as the intro track was playing, and I went down to find the live, and it actually said on top of it, this event has ended. I'm like, what? The event has not ended. It's only just started, mate. So I'm getting, if I fast forward, let's see, I've still got the intro track playing. Let's see if I can fast forward here. No. I don't think it's streaming to LinkedIn, guys. I'm going to have to call Storm and see what's going on. Might have to get you guys over to YouTube. Why can't I get you guys on LinkedIn? Edit. Is that going to fix it? Not really. Okay, well, might punch in the link to YouTube, guys, because I think Storm's out at dinner tonight. She's just jumped on to say hello, didn't she? Okay, we'll go over to YouTube. I'm going to give you the link on LinkedIn so that you guys can join us over there. Sorry about this. But these technical prop challenges do happen. I don't even know who I'm talking to, because if there's not anyone watching on YouTube, just give me 1 second. I'm almost there. Almost there. Drop in the comments, by the way, if you're like watching this and going, this plonker. Where is it? Just bear with me 1 second. I'm literally like 20 seconds away, guys. Drop in the comments while I'm doing this and let me know who wants their profile roasted. What you can do is drop the link to your profile and I'll roast it live. I've got Hazel. I'm just dropping the link here. I can see. Come join on me on YouTube, guys. Come join me on YouTube. All right, that's done. All right, well, the show must go on, ladies and gentlemen. Hazel, LinkedIn, tech issue, YouTube. Sorry for the short message there. Okay, let's go back to here. All right, guys, I've got a lot of content to go through. I'm going to keep going because we can cut this off afterwards, right? Adrian's just dropped from Facebook. Adrian's jumped over to, he was in Facebook to begin with. Fantastic, brilliant. Okay, well done, Adrian. Thanks for bearing with me there. All right, so this whole, event tonight is really about LinkedIn sucking, and what's all this about? Like, people like think that that's okay for them to be stalking people on LinkedIn and saying it's expanding their network. Okay, there's a whole blog post about these memes on LinkedIn because people are so creepy on LinkedIn. Okay, social media tells people when you look at their profile. A lot of people hide that on LinkedIn, don't they? What you actually want to do is, as long as you're looking at the right profiles, you want your profile visible. I always turn that on. Okay. We're going to rip your profiles apart. We've got some brave volunteers already in the comments, so we're going to analyze their LinkedIn profiles, talk about how to actually attract opportunities. This is something I haven't spoken about. I don't think I've spoken about this on Monday Night Live in 2 years. Your LinkedIn profile is not a bio. It's a conversion asset. So if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you, right? So how optimized is your LinkedIn profile right now? If you're watching, drop in a score 1 to 10. How well do you think the profile is going? And while you're doing that, I'd like to welcome you back to Monday Night Live. This is the place that we don't normally have technical challenges, but we did this week. I'm the founder of Bibby Media Group. We've generated over 750 million in sales. That's like we've almost up to $1 billion. Like I haven't recorded the amount of sales in over 3 years. So we'd be close to $1 billion by now, just from LinkedIn strategies. You know, the clients, when we get it right, they just nail it. You know, they make millions and millions of dollars from the sales because they're such high transaction value. That's why it's so important. You know, this is your window to the professional network. If you've ever, done business through word of mouth or through networking, this is that times 100. Okay, we're talking about LinkedIn. Okay, we're talking about LinkedIn. This is the most trusted social platform by 3 times. Okay, so don't copy other people's headline. Look, if you're doing what I told you to do 3 years ago, half of what you're doing is wrong. I'll say that again. If you did my LinkedIn training 3 years ago, 50% of what you're doing right now is wrong because the game has changed. The algorithm has changed. What works today, So 3 years ago, I was telling people to put a descriptive headline together with keywords in it, right? You've all seen them now. Why? Because everyone's doing it. How do you stand out with C-suite executives and corporates? Well, you don't write a long profile headline with all the keywords jammed in it like everyone else is doing, because you can't fit in and stand out at the same time. No rocket ship emojis in your headline. There's been research that has proven that will reduce your conversions and the value of your connections, your value of your network by putting rocket emojis. Don't put any emojis in your headline. There's some exceptions, but most of the time, if you're targeting C-suites, no emojis. It's got to add value to the story. Whatever you put in your headline, your bio, your post, it has to make it easier for the consumer to understand, the person consuming your content to understand. That's why it's okay to put a laugh emoji, because it signals to somebody that that's funny. And sometimes it's like, it can be detrimental if you forget to do that. Right? Okay. All right. So let's talk about the 3 most important areas of your LinkedIn profile. 3 most important areas. Type them in if you know them in the comments. Number 1 is your photograph. Number 1 is your photograph. Why? Because people will look at your profile first, your photograph first. Have you, if you've got guys that got kids, where's the first place a baby looks when it opens its eyes? It looks for another set of eyes, doesn't it? It's like human biology. We are attracted to look at people's eyes. That's why on ads, you'll always see, somebody's face, quite often an attractive female, where you can see their eyes and a approachable smile, right? So you want to do the same thing on your LinkedIn profile. It's actually just doing yourself a disservice if your profile photo is like back all the way back here. It's harder to see your eyes, especially if you're like me and you've got a little bit of a squinty ones, right? Now, I know what some of you are doing. Yeah, I'm onto you because I just did one before I hopped onto this live, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Look at this. Who's this guy? Hey, look at this dude. He is a good-looking rooster, that one. And if you haven't already established, that is a AI. They're getting pretty good. ChatGPT did that. ChatGPT, he actually looks like he'd be going to the gym. So maybe I'll use that. If you're going to use AI, make sure that you've got hands where your hands are, not feet, and so on. There's a funny image going around of it was Lewis, who's been on Monday Night Live, and he's got a photograph of him and his hand is a foot. He said, make sure you double check your AI photos. The second most important part is your headline. Not all of your headline, the first half of your headline. Why? Because when you're in the feed or when you're in somebody's inbox, that's what they're going to see. Profile photo, headline. So you notice my headline used to be Director, Bibby Media Group, LinkedIn Marketing Agency, 2-time Best Use of LinkedIn Award winner, speaker. All those keywords jammed in there, covered every base, right? And I've got some social proof. What does it say now? I build brands on LinkedIn. Simple, short, you'll be able to see it all. When I land on someone's profile, it's different, right? Different. Now, the third most important part is not something that people see when you're in the feed or the inbox. It's the first thing they're going to look at when they land on your profile. So you think the headline, photograph's going to make them click. Then when they land, the first thing they're going to look at is that big background banner, because that's the image that they haven't seen yet, right? So most people don't use it. The people that do use it have a picture of a coffee cup. or a picture of a blue pattern. Some people have a picture of a notebook and a pen, right? Don't put don't put stock pictures there just to make it look aesthetically whatever, okay? You want to do something to build your brand in that area, right? So if you're a speaker, have a picture of you speaking. That's the place to put it. Try and get the audience in it as well to show some social proof. If you've won some awards, put them in there. If you've worked with some big brands, maybe put them in there. If not, maybe put like a short testimonial in there. Have another photograph to build your brand. Why? Why do people keep posting pictures of themselves? There's method to the madness. The more familiar you are, the more trusted you are. So if all you do is post a selfie every day with a little bit of a caption with it that adds value, you are building trust. You're always going to get haters. People are like, oh, am I? Because I see, people are going to complain. You're always going to get haters once you're doing it right. All the guys that win have haters because you can't appeal to some without not appealing to others. And especially if you're doing things that other people don't think that they are capable of doing it, they're going to bring you down. Okay. All right, guys, we must keep going. Just have a look at the comments here. Adrian, I'm going to get to your profile in about 10 minutes, my friend. Make sure you fill out all of your details, like your address and everything, because people searching in your area will be searching for those, via address. If you're looking for a job, your skills section becomes very important. There's a part of your LinkedIn profile called a URL. Most people know what a URL is by now. It's a web address. So you might have, if you just signed up to LinkedIn, you might have linkedin.com/in/natbibi h237- whatever. And there's all this jargon after your name. Customize it so that it's just Nat Bibi. Then you'll rank higher in the search results. So if you have some other Nat Bibi that's ranking higher on Google, let's knock him off the top spot, brother. This is how you do it. Okay. Some people put keywords in there. They might put in LinkedIn trainer, in their link. There's nothing wrong with that. You can do that. I always believe if you're building a brand, build your own brand, put your name in there. People will search for your name. I think that's important. Search phrase to look, I think those branded search phrases are very important to show up for. The algorithm's so smart these days, guys. The 2026 algorithm is way smarter than it used to be. It's smarter than a human. It knows what people want. LinkedIn's like up to 1.3 billion users now. That's a lot, isn't it? You think about it. In Australia, they've got 18 million. It's 90 million now. 19 million odd users. When that's like our populations, what is it? 23 million, 24 million maybe now? If you think about how big the white collar workforce would be, Jesus, everyone's on there. They might not be checking it every day, but they'll get the email notifications most of the time. Okay. So what platform do you use? What's your number one platform? Because if it's Instagram, maybe make it LinkedIn because you're going to make a lot more money there if you're in business. Make a lot more money, add a lot more value. Send your kids to nicer schools. If you're going to be on social media, why don't you do it on LinkedIn? Engaging with other people's content, updating your profile. The thing that most people completely miss in 2026 is LinkedIn is three things simultaneously. One, it's a search engine. Recruiters, buyers, investors, journalists, running searches every day. So if you don't have optimization, you don't exist in those results. Like if you think about it, if somebody in your network is looking for what you do, they're looking for a financial advisor, you're a financial advisor, they're searching on LinkedIn. The people they're going to see at the top are the people in their network. They might have 10 advisors in their network. If you are not ranking number one, when somebody you know is searching for what you do, you are shooting yourself in the foot. You have to be showing up at the top of that search result and you have to be the most familiar. They have to look at you, show up. Oh, of course. I completely forgot. That's exactly who I'll contact. 95% of the people that you approach on LinkedIn or the people in your network will not be ready to do business with you today. 95%, 5%. Most people, when they're doing social selling, reaching out to people on LinkedIn, what do? They focus on the 5%. They focus on, so they might send 100 messages, but they're like, oh, it's a numbers game. I'll get 5 people that are actually in the market. And then maybe, one of them will do business with me. You're pissing like 99 people off just to get one meeting. No. You have to have a longer term approach, okay? You want to focus on the 95%. Why do I say that? They're not ready to buy, Nathaniel. Because the 95% eventually move into the 5%, don't they? What you want to do is you want to get people to trust you before they jump from the 95% to the 5%. No competition then. They already know who you are. They did that search. They remember who you are. They're going to do business with you. The game is trust. It's about trust. It's the most important trend in business, in life, in AI, in the economy. Trust. It's more important now than it has ever been. And if you want to take it one step further, the biggest trend is fear. Fear, right? Trust is the most important thing in today's economy. And what we're doing on social media is just building trust. If you build trust, people will buy from you. You build trust with the right people, people will do business with you, okay? I remember sneaking into a sales conference with a guy called Wayne Berry, who's passed away a few years ago. We became good friends, but when I was 16 years old, me and my friends were very interested in business. And we snuck into this seminar in Scarborough, at a hotel there, and there was this guy on stage called Wayne Berry. And he was fantastic. Top Gun Sales Academy, that was it. And he said, I remember him saying this, he said, the first 7 seconds when you meet somebody will make or break the sale. He said, it's so important. The first 7 seconds when you meet somebody. So you got to have a firm handshake, look them in the eye, make sure you're dressed appropriately. I've been saying this for 10 years, maybe even longer, but that 7 seconds, it does not happen in person anymore. When you meet somebody, they already know who you are. Like sometimes I catch up with people. They're so familiar with me already. They give me a high five. Like, it's so relaxed. That first impression happened ages ago. It happened online. Okay. Very important. It's probably not 7 seconds though. I think it's more like people would say, people would argue that attention spans are shorter, and they are. And they compare it to goldfish, right? They say, goldfish is 7 seconds. We're like 4 seconds or something. And that's totally true. But we're not goldfish, are we? We remember stuff. We don't, forget stuff. So you're going to have multiple first impressions before they actually become familiar with you. Okay. So it's built over time. It's not like you have to get it right, the first time they see you. That's not how it works. They're seeing lots of messages all the time. You want to be building familiarity. Even if it was a negative sentiment that you built originally, you're still more familiar, which means you're more trusted. People will always buy. They're more likely to buy from what's more familiar. Devil you know, as you say. All right. Now, with the profile, you want to have conversions, right? So let's talk about how to do that. One, you can use the banner. You want to have a call to action. People always misunderstand a call to action. I'm not saying you have to do one big salesy thing, like you get a discount on this to get this. Tell people what to do next. If you take away one thing from tonight, tell people what to do next. You could have a great profile. If you just add to it in the about section, if you would like to know if we can help you with your marketing, send me a private message on LinkedIn or go to my website or send me an email. That move could double, if not triple, your conversions just by telling people what to do next. Because if you have to make them think, the chances of it happening goes through the floor. Don't give your prospects or humans in general too much credit that they're going to do much thinking. They probably won't. You've got to tell people exactly, like you can't expect people to go looking for the information. You have to capture their attention. And when you write your profile, assume no one's reading it. What do I mean by that? Well, when you get to somebody's profile, you can only see the first 2 or 3 lines. So those 2 or 3 lines have to be good enough for somebody to click see more. Don't they? So you need a strong hook. Strong hook. It's easy to read on a mobile device. All right. I'm going to check out Adrian's profile because I promised I would. And let's see how I can actually copy this and get this over to, I'm just going to search for your name. I think that's probably easiest. Okay, let's have a look here. Are you still there, Adrian? Drop in the chat because I want to go through this with you. Did I spell it right? No. Pad. No, so. Is that you? You got a different. Is that your photograph? Can't see. No, that's not you. Good man. I'm just trying to make sure I got the spelling right. So he's got the same name as you, but that's not you, is it? No, it's a different link. Am I spelling it right? Is it with an A, isn't it? Pano. Yeah. Or which one is you? Can't actually copy that link. Oh, here we go. I'm in the comment section on LinkedIn here, so I will find it here. Anyone else on the call, guys? Drop in your profile. This is your one opportunity to get it roasted by yours truly. I'm not going to hold back. I'm on LinkedIn. I need to be on Facebook. Anyone else want their profile roasted? Let me know. Yeah, LinkedIn's not working tonight. I'm going to have to post this recording there later. Why is this not? Things aren't going my way technically tonight, are they? No, I'm not logged in. Okay, I'll do it on my phone then. We will get there. Geez, you know, one of the things with LinkedIn Lives, or when you go live, is actually how you deal with things when they go wrong technically. I'm very relaxed about it now because I've been doing this for so long. But obviously, we've missed out on a lot of audience on LinkedIn. We've sent out a DM. Oh, yeah, cool. Thank you very much. Just bear with me, my friends. Okay, whatever. Why is it asking me for pins? I've got so much security these days. And this is the one day that Storm's not here as well because she's up for dinner. Okay, so I'm on Facebook. Now I have a lot of profiles. I have 4 profiles, so you probably send it to a different one. But I'll find the live now. We're all going to roast some profiles, guys. Drop in the comments because in about 1 minute we're going to be showing you exactly how you put this stuff into practice. Here we go. Events, is it? Where the hell is it? Oh well, it's all gone to shit, isn't it? Where's the hell is it? Pages. Nathaniel BB. What's this say? Things going wrong on platform. It's how you handle it under pressure that shows audience your character. Well, I hope I'm doing all right. We will get there. Here we go. Here is a live stream of me looking at my phone. Okay, so come on. Why can't I click on this comment now? It doesn't even let you click on the bloody comment. That's ridiculous. All right, well, why aren't you showing up in the search results, my friend? Are we connected or what? Can you send me a connection request? I don't know why you're not showing up. You would have thought you'd be connected with me if you're here. Yeah. Adrian, I'm not able to access the DM that you mentioned. I just can't recognize the profile picture that you're using on Facebook. I guess it's probably different to the one you've got on LinkedIn. Did you send me a DM on LinkedIn? I'd like to do it. I'll wait and see if you can send me a link on LinkedIn. Or if you can send me a profile on LinkedIn, I'll have a look at it for you while we're on the live. But I'll give it a couple more minutes and then we'll have to wrap up. While I'm doing that, I must say the featured section on LinkedIn is very important. That's where you can get a lot of conversions as well. Do you know that the most important thing on your content is dwell time? Dwell time, how long people spend on your profile and on your content. The algorithm updates these days are actually looking at your profile when it's deciding where to rank your content because it wants to see that you're an authority on what you're talking about. So what's on your profile needs to be the same as the content that you're talking about in your posts, if that makes sense. I haven't seen any DM come through here on LinkedIn. All right, Adrian, I'm going to get in touch with you offline, mate, and I'll have a look at your profile privately. Sorry about the mess up state today, guys. If you did tune in on YouTube and Facebook, I appreciate it. It's one of those episodes this week, unfortunately. I'll catch you next week on Monday Night Live, and we won't have any more technical dramas. I'll find out what was going on, and we'll be back. So have a great week in business. Remember, knowledge is useless without execution. Make sure your profile is updated, optimized, so that you can get some conversions. All right, guys, I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. How's your experience been working with me?
I think you remember from the start, Nathaniel. You had me at hello, mate. It was interesting. I had a little bit of a debate with our marketing team about whether somebody could directly target our ideal client base via LinkedIn. And it was quite bizarre that you guys popped up and I called you and bang, it was exactly really what we were after, and you've completely thrown yourself at it. So, and it's gone, you couldn't be more targeted towards our target market, straight to the source. And, that's the value of LinkedIn marketing, but having someone that's very good at it and prides himself on it. So, and we've got great leads out of it.
Yeah. We
haven't had any time wasters out of it. It's gone straight to our highest value, most targeted customers, and got straight in touch with them, and built a great network of those types of clients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say the return on investment has been like, or is looking like it's going to be?
It's looking like it's probably, it's infinitely better than another company we've worked with, who we spent probably 80,000 on and got 0. So, in fact, we got negative because we spent all that money and all that time and got no one. It was horrible. Whereas this has gone straight to the source. We got a customer, I think, in the first week of launching their campaign. Yeah, so and they're our ideal clients. It was very targeted, straight to the source. And I think over the next year, I'm confident it's going to get far more. I think there's probably 5 to 8 high-value clients straight away within the first couple of months, and that's a lot for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there's hundreds of our ideal clients that are now connected to us and that we have a voice with, and now we can directly communicate with them to let them know of other things we're doing, and we want to go and do lunchtime learning with Deloitte or...
What about your experience with the video content? How do you find the whole experience?
Oh, it's so efficient. It's so what I love of outsourcing. All I got to do is turn up and answer questions, really. So I don't have to do much prep at all. And then the way the videos get spliced and scripted and checked and delivered, it looks like I'm the most efficient, productive human out there, and I'm not doing any of it. I can be sitting there having a beer with my mates, and then these messages are popping up on their phone. It looks like I've done all this work. But it really breaks those longer conversations into those short, succinct bits that are more suitable for, online, with the voice and the script really lined up. And there's no way we could have done that. It would have taken us a huge amount of time on our own.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for doing that, mate.
Yeah, no problem. Pleasure.